In my previous video I briefly touched over what this game has to offer, so I felt that it is necessary to do another one where I go over everything. I know it took me a while, I had other important matters to address. As of right now, the game is on early access build number 21. They also have a roadmap in the game, which is nice. You have several options on how to have fun. If you're a weirdo, there is a map editor that you can play around with. As far as I can tell, it's pretty extensive and has everything you need. I was joking about the weirdo part, by the way. Then you have the mod section where you can add or remove mods from the Steam workshop. There is plenty to choose from, so go nuts. Just keep in mind that having too many mods can cause a lot of chaos on the battlefield, so disable those which you don't need and move on. The main attraction is instant action and conquest. Let's go over Conquest real quick, since it's the simpler one to explain-ish. As they mention in the game, Conquest is still in early development, but that doesn't mean you can't have fun with it. Overall, it feels like a campaign. You have a map, you get a few troops, and your goal is to capture points on said map. These points can give you one out of the 3 resources available: coins, alchemy vials, and dudes. I don't know their actual names, so that have to do. Coins and dudes are used to spawn more troops so you can expand your map coverage. Coins and alchemy vials are used for upgrades and unlocks of various weapons and vehicles. The more points on map you own, the more resources you get at the end of the turn. But the enemy usually attacks these points, which you own, obviously, so be sure to reinforce where it is needed. It is kind of a thinking and prediction game, if you think about it. Once you eradicate the enemy from the map, you get nothing. This is as far as the conquest lets you go, so just leave it like that or start a new one. Now for the instant action. It might seem overwhelming at first, but this menu is really simple. At the very top you can select which map and game mode to play. There are a few maps, but Steam Workshop has got you covered. Next up, game modes. Going down the list we have Spec Ops. As the name suggests, you'll be going sneaky beaky like. Or you should. See, I'm still not sure how this one works. Sometimes I can capture a point after eliminating all enemies, and sometimes it just doesn't work. I guess you can't be spotted or something? I don't know, sorry about that one. The next 3 are Battle, Domination and Skirmish. Essentially all of these are the same. It all boils down to depleting the enemy respawn point resources, with some small variations between the game modes themselves. Second to last we have Point Match. This one is basically a TDM, Team Deathmatch. That's it, nothing special. Nothing else much to say. The very last one is Haunted. It is a zombie wave survival type thingamabob jizzle. The game gives you a location, you go there with your squad, you need to survive the oncoming onslaught of skelly boyos, and rinse and repeat until you die. Each time you successfully defend the glowy orb, it then relocates itself to a different point on the map. The more you survive, the better weapons your squad will get, and more skeletons will spawn. Some skeletons can spawn with muskets, so they should be a higher priority, so keep that in mind, even though they're kind of a bad shot, but sometimes they can hit you. It could be deadly. I will go a little bit off script here because it's probably easier to explain rather than write a whole paragraph for this. Right, after you've chosen your map, game mode, yada yada, or custom map if you downloaded any from the Steam Workshop, you have player team, bots, game length, and balance. Like I mentioned before, this menu could be overwhelming, but everything is pretty self-explanatory. You have player team, you can choose whichever you want. Reds, blue, baddie, goodies, or a spectator. Amount of bots in the game, so for example if you have 40 here and you've chosen the blue side, there will be 39 bots in the game essentially. Game length, again pretty self-explanatory: short, normal, long, epic. For example, if you go to Point Match, which is a team deathmatch like I mentioned before, on normal it will be 300 kills, on epic it will be 2000. Balance chooses the balance of the enemy team or your friendly team. And as you can see in the picture below, it actually shows you what's happening. Character skins. If you downloaded any mods, you can choose if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But also, when you choose a skin, it edits the picture again. Same thing with vehicles. If I choose an AC-130 on the attack plane, I now go back, I have an AC-130 right there. If I choose to have an A-10 Thunderbolt on the attack helicopter, it's right there. Everything is laid out to you, you just look and see and decide if that's good for you. Kind of the same thing you can do with weapons. If you downloaded a few packs of weapons like I did, just a few, you can choose if you want these guns in the game or if you want it per team. So if you want to recreate some historical event, for example, from World War II, you good to go, more power to you. If anyone made a map for it, that is. If not, you can make it yourself. After vehicle and weapon switch, you have mutators. There's 3 so far, I'm not sure if there's any in the workshop, but again, self-explanatory, chat feed, name tags and crosshair. You can also edit the color of your crosshair and the transparency of it. Respawn time sets the time in seconds for you to respawn in. Reverse mode means basically if your team is starting on the right, you press this, your team will start on the left. Player has all weapons, you want that always checked. Night maps, you have night vision. Configure flags, this is essentially meaning that if a map has a blue and red flag, and 2 gray flags, you can edit the gray flags to be red or blue, or you can edit the existing red or blue to be gray. And last but not least, you have paint explosions everywhere. Use with caution, especially if you have a lot of bots. If anyone takes damage while this is enabled, a few blobs of their respected color pops out in the air, drops down, explodes. If someone takes damage from that, same thing happens. It's a chain reaction. I tried it with 1,000 players in the game, didn't go so well. Oh god. Uh-oh. This is gonna be interesting. Deploy. Oh. Oh, it needs to load everyone in. There we go. Oh, yes. Oh my fucking god. 6 frames a second. Oh, this is gonna be even fucking worse. Uh-oh, 1 frame. Oh god! Her whole team is their whole team is fucking dead. Oh, I have 0 frames a second. Oh god, what have I done? Oh no, everyone's flying away. Oh god, something hit me. I think I might be... Yep, a blob hit me or something. Oh god, Jesus, fuck. There was a lot of desync between my reaction and what was happening on the screen. That's not Premiere's fault. That was in the file. If I open the MP4 file, that's how it is. And after you have edited everything to your liking, you can save the config. So you can just load it up whenever you want to and you're good to go. And that's all there's to it. Hopefully I've covered everything there is. Yes, you have the multiplayer mod, but that is just press play and choose a server, so there isn't much to cover there. So yeah, thank you for watching or listening, and take care. So, for some reason, halfway through writing this script, and many times after, a thought came to my mind that why am I even doing this? Isn't it too late to even make a video about this game? Should I even do it? But somehow I kept going, and that's why this took such a long time. Hopefully this doesn't reflect on the video itself. Anyway, by any chance if you hear this, sincerely thank you once again and take care.